Hey guys, welcome back to Evony with Genghis on server 68. So today I want to talk to you about General Shajar. She is available in the fragments. Let's look in here. She is a wall general right here, so you can win her in the fragments, and the type of chance that you will have to get her is right here. So it's actually pretty decent. 0.19%, so 0.2% compares to some of the other ones, which are far less, you can see. And she did appear in the past in the monthly fragment. So you got her every single day. So almost everybody should have her. Now, I'm going to talk about what she's good at and what she's really bad at. And basically, you put her on your wall, and she will, as it says here, increase resource production speed in the main city by 100%. And food protected from upkeep by 200%. So she will really increase your ability to grow. Now, what you have to keep in mind, what she will do is increase the speed by 100%, but she's going to do it off of the base number. So, my quarry here is producing at, I'll just erase that for a minute. So as you can see here, my quarry is producing about 150,000 an hour. She's not going to double that. What she will double is the base. So she'll double the 33,000. So I would get an extra 33,000 an hour from that one item. So that's good. But actually, probably her main skill that she's going to do for you is right here in the warehouse. We're going to scroll up here, and you're going to see the food protected from upkeep. Mine is only 90 million. It used to be about 155 million. And that was basically because of Shajar and a Monarch talent. Now, again, it's 90 million. She will not double that, but she will. It's this one, and she does 200% on it. So she will increase by 50 million the protected amount. And let's just make sure that I got that correct. She is in the Arab culture. And yes, she will upkeep by 200%. And now another way to increase that is up here, troop upkeep. And that will increase it another 100%. So you could, I would increase 75 million and I'd be at the 165 million. So that's what I was talking about. That's very important when you are building in the game and you are trying to grow to a level, and you have to do all these massive builds. Like for instance, K35, you want to upgrade it, it's going to be almost 4 billion food, and every little bit that you can store in your city ahead of time to help with that will definitely help. So another thing to keep in mind with General Shajar is do not do these specialties. These are not going to do you any good because she's only on your wall to help with those skills. Now, what's very important, extremely important for you, is do not drop bubble with Shajar on the wall. If you're going to use her on the wall, what you really should do is put your wall general gear on her. I have seen so many people, really large people with a billion, 600 million, 800 million, and they have Shajar on the wall, and most people's Shajar, I actually sold mine because I just had a couple scares where I went out looting around and never changed the wall general. But most people's sell these guys for runestones. Is the only reason I bought them. So most people's wall general, like Shajar, just looks exactly like this. They don't have her done up at all. She's level 1, maybe a little higher, no cultivation, no gear, and they put that on the wall. And you are just going to get destroyed by a solo attack. It doesn't even have to be a rally if you have such a weak wall general. So Shajar is a very good wall general if you have good bubble control. If you know what you're doing and you never drop bubble, then you are good to have her. I had her for a long time on my wall. And like I said, I just had a couple scares when I went out looting and nothing ever happened, but I just remember thinking like, "Oh my god, I went out and I did not put my real wall general on." And yeah, a world of a difference having this guy here over 1400 on everything versus something that's not even 200 on everything. And I could have just been destroyed if I was unlucky enough to run into someone who just took a swing at me. And that would have been super unfortunate. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to sell her. But one of the things that lots of people like to do with Shajar is they put her on their alternate cities walls. So it speeds up the resources in those cities. That's probably what been one of the best things for Shajar that has happened in Evony. And it's also one of the best things that's happened in Evony for server PvP, right? So anytime someone drops, usually it's a player who like they're not expecting to drop, right? And a lot of the time it ends up that Shajar is on the wall and that person just gets smoked. And one of the biggest problems with Shajar is your alliance mates cannot reinforce you because she's so weak. So if you're going to put Shajar on the wall, what I would recommend you do is I would recommend you go to your real wall general and you will remove, and then go down to your Shajar. And now I don't have a Shajar anymore, but let's pretend this is who I'm going to put on the wall. This is my Shajar, and I just fill him up with the gear. It will at least give your alliance a chance to defend you, right? It's not going to be as strong as having your real wall general on, but I know some very good players on our server who play with Shajar on their wall. I'll show you a guy right now. This is one of the top players on the server, and I guess like one of the better players in all of Evony. This guy right here, War. I have shown him in my videos before. He uses Shajar, but he gears her up. He puts all the gear on her, and that makes her a formidable opponent. Plus, he's 4 billion, so that obviously helps, right? But let's just go through the general list here and see. I don't think we will see a Shajar on here, and we probably shouldn't because nobody would be using her, and it's very hard to gear her up and level her up like that. But yeah, so there is not one available here. But like I said, learn from this guy. If you're going to use Shajar, gear her up and give your alliance a chance. Also, even better, have a good bubble game and don't drop bubble. But that is what Shajar's purpose is, but she is a double-edged sword. So if you're going to use her, make sure to change anytime you're going to drop bubble, and only use her when you're using your bubble and you have a good bubble game. So that is my advice on Shajar. She's a very important general when you're developing your city, your keep, and you're trying to build up, but be very wary of having her. So this is Genghis on server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.